Hey everyone, welcome to Kiket's chat review of The Sentence. It is a documentary that premiered at the HBO Presents New York Latino Film Festival. And I am Shirley.
I'm Christy. I'm Christy. I am Christy. I am Christy. Go.
Okay, yes. So we're going to be reviewing the documentary, The Sentence, which is directed by
Rudy Valdez.
Yes.
And we got it.
Rudy Valdez. And yes, it's a personal documentary. It's basically about his sister, Cindy Shank. Cindy Shank. So basically she was involved with this guy who was dealing drugs and stuff, so she basically got, a couple years later after she was married with kids, got persecuted, I guess. I don't know what they call it when they arrest you, or like the cops come to get you with charges.
Yeah.
Of like drug conspiracy, I guess, because the guy is dead, so they blamed basically everything that he did on her, which in the documentary, basically, they talk about how it's like the girlfriend thing. I forgot what they call it, but it's girlfriend something that the court, it's a law, basically.
Which it kind of like underlining like this idea that girlfriends get charged with their boyfriend's crimes.
This is horseshit.
Which is very much horseshit.
I mean, especially if those girlfriends didn't even know.
Exactly.
And
Cindy Shank.
You don't really know sometimes what people do.
In the beginning, Cindy.
Who knows?
Yeah, you're right. Cindy Shank admits that she knew what her boyfriend was doing, but wasn't involved, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I think the underlining theme in here is this, she gets a 15-year mandatory sentence, which is like 15 years for a nonviolent crime. For me, I think it's total ridiculous. It's like bonkers. It's like, what the hell?
Freaking crazy.
So there's like a campaign out there to really start reducing this, because it's like these are sentences that are written in law, and they're not by each case. If it's in the law, then these new sentences, if they're convicted of it, they'll get the same minimum that the last person who was convicted got. So it's like, what's going on? So there's this big campaign in political world and social world that they're trying to end this mandatory sentencing for people who are accused of nonviolent crimes.
Yeah, isn't that called like I don't know if this is the name. Prison reform.
Prison reform.
Well,
yeah, that's part of it. That's
a part of it, because it's probably
reform.
like it's general,
changing the law.
like a lot of laws. Especially because this affects, of course, people of color, most of all, especially in the Black community and the Latinx community as well. And she is
Latinx.
Yes, she is. I think she's Mexican American, right?
Mexican American, from Michigan. And it's definitely, like what you said, a personal story, because Rudy Valdez, 2008, decided that he was going to pick up a camera, not thinking about, I'm going to do a documentary. He just wanted to really capture Cindy's family, and especially her 3 daughters, and their experiences growing up. And 10 years later, it became a documentary.
Because there was a Q&A after with the creator of the film festival. Forgot the creator's name, sorry about that. He said the reason he really did that, you were saying that because to show his sister's story, but most of all it was just to record, to show her later about her kids and the family, and stuff, because she wasn't going to be there to see her girls grow up, and they were going to have her mom, and so that's how it started. And you see the imperfections of like how the documentary is going, but it makes it personal, and it just makes it so personal that you're just crying every time when you see like the dad breaking down or the mom breaking down, but then she's like, let me go, wash your clothes or something like that, and it's heartbreaking. So I love those imperfections because they make it more raw. You feel like, and he even said it, he wanted us, the audience, to feel like we were in his family.
Yeah, he was definitely doing a lot of impromptu of just grabbing the camera and shooting his family, and you could see that definitely raw. And I think the girls just steal this.
They are so adorable.
Film, like, you can see their heartbreak. You can see their love for each other. You can see their love for their mother. It's amazing. Like, I think everyone in the theater was crying. I have never cried so much in a documentary in my life.
I don't even think of movies
so
in general.
Shocked how much everybody was crying. You hear sniffles everywhere, and I think even men were crying.
That's all you heard during the movie theater.
Yeah, it was really amazing to watch, and I think you guys should definitely all watch it if you have HBO, because it's premiering on HBO Documentaries.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
October 15th. Mark that date on your calendar and check it out. It's an amazing documentary. It premiered at Sundance 2018. It won the Audience Award. So you know it's good.
See why.
So it's definitely
heartbreaking as hell.
It's definitely a story that I've never actually seen before, and it was just really heartwarming, and it's a really true loving story. And then you also see Rudy Valdez just really campaigning for his sister, like almost every year, I think, to reach an appeal and stuff like that. And they also are trying to reach the Obama administration to get clemency for her. So it's an amazing journey that you watch from 2008
and you get Cindy's too. You know, you get her conversations that she has with her family members or her daughters. So you get you get her, especially at the end. So, and also, of course, you get the story of the girls basically, and the oldest one who was just like 6, and you see her older, and she's a teenager later, and she had to be a mom, and she had, you see kind of like you see her kind of like, oh yeah, like all of this is happening, and it's almost like she doesn't know how to process it because she had to grow up so fast, right, because her mom wasn't there. So it's sad as hell.
It's sad.
Oh, the dad was making me.
Right.
I was dying because of the dad.
I was, and the mom, and oh my gosh, her
and the sacrifices that family makes. That's just real life, yo.
Mm-hmm. Because he's telling the story of the family, and how they cope with her, being in prison, and it's really heartbreaking actually. And
you see how Cindy is kind of a little bit breaking down because she can't see her daughters and her rest of her family members, but she's still keeping the hope alive, So I thought that was powerful as well in her conversations.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
Check it out, HBO documentary. That's cool. October 15th.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah.
All right.
Well, we don't have HBOs.
We don't have HBO,
but we got it for free. Thank you to HBO
Latino
Film Festival. We were like, Film Festival. No, thank
Latino
you.
Festival.
Because we were like, hey, we're press, and they were like, okay, yeah, free tickets. So no, truly, thank you. For letting us.
Because we want to get this story out there to our people, and for you to enjoy it and see all the different stories Latinx people are doing out there. Mm-hmm. Okay, awesome.
Peace.
We at it.